What is vibing? This is Vish, and today I'm going to be sharing the full Mandala cycle experience of SHAMBHAVI MAHAMUDRA meditation. And this whole thing is going to be a live, raw reaction and response to this whole practice. Also, I'm on day 40 today, and I've completed the first of the two meditations for the day. And as a result, I still have to do the second one, which I'll do right after this video. And that will be the completion of the full mandala. The mandala is really just a cycle, and it's in this case 40 days to complete the mandala. And this has definitely been a very interesting past 40 days. And there have been many ups and downs, and I will be sharing all of this with you all in raw form. Now, a part of the practice includes dedicating 30 to 40 minutes a day, twice a day, with also rules that include not eating for 4 hours before the practice, and essentially your stomach being empty for that amount of time. Now, a lot of these rules and restrictions, I don't know why, and I'm not too sure as to what the science behind it is, but as Sadhguru has talked about, these are spiritual processes, and what I've learned from these experiences is that it's really just beyond the mind. And so I can't even interpret it with logic and math. It really isn't something that can be explained. And that is why I just trust the process, and I've come this far, and I would love to continue this practice. Now, I'm not done yet. A part of the practice includes doing this practice now, SHAMBHAVI MAHAMUDRA, for the next 6 months, once a day. So I have completed the cycle. However, the next 6 months, I do have to do it once a day, and this is if you want to get the optimal effects. Now, with effects being said, I do have to mention that was a part of the mental and physical struggle. And what I mean by that is that each day, and as I was practicing, there would be thoughts arising that included, am I doing it right? Are the effects coming? And there was definitely a focus, at least by the mind, on these effects. And as Sadhguru and even just the program describes and recommends, do not focus on the end result. Focus on the now, the present moment, and especially with the practice. And Sadhguru beautifully talks about this with the analogy about the plant. He says, in order to get the most beautiful of plants and blossoming and fruits from it, all you have to do is focus on the soil, the water, and the sunlight. Once you focus on these essential ingredients and the recipe, the blossoming will naturally happen. So there isn't much that you have to even worry about and think about. So let it be, and that is what I've learned with this practice as well. Now, like I mentioned earlier, dedicating that much time in the day, we're talking over an hour for this practice, is truly such a task. And if you all have done this so far, or have completed it in the past, huge shouts out to you and respect for completing it. As Sadhguru says, this is an investment for life, for this system. And so all that hard work will truly pay off. And like I said earlier, don't do it for the payoff, just do it for the now, do it for the system, and naturally the fruits will yield. And so, huge congratulations to you all, and I will be getting that congratulations after as well, once I finish that second session for the day. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the next 6 months and what it has to offer. Now, actually, hold on, not what it has to offer, that was a little unconscious in terms of what I was just saying. Really just the next 6 months, and more importantly, the now, is what I was trying to get at. So, one of the things I will definitely be looking forward to will be the food. So with regards to the restriction, you can't have the meditation practice happening with food in your system for 4 hours. So the whole idea is that you should have your stomach empty for at least 4 hours. And so when you do it twice a day, what would happen is just with the school schedule and all these other workout schedules, and even YouTube for instance, I would be doing the second session later in the day, and it would conflict with when I can eat. And as a result, I've been eating super late. And this video, like I mentioned earlier, is completely raw, it's full transparency, and so that is what And that is what's really led to me doing the meditation honestly closer to like 11 p.m. because of the fact that I would eat later in the day and everything would get shifted. One of the goals that I have for the coming practices and for the coming days would be waking up at 3 a.m. Now I do understand, as Sadhguru described, you want to do this naturally and you really don't want any sort of artificial alarm waking you up. However, if you do need an alarm, there are certain songs, and I think the Brahma Nanda Swarupa chant is one of them that he recommends, which is okay. At the same time, you want to be in that optimal state of functioning to where you won't need an alarm. And that is a goal for me. But honestly, with just the whole sleeping late, waking up kind of things that have been happening, I will have to say that I might use an alarm. So I'm definitely looking forward to that 3 a.m. wake up. Might even start tomorrow. We shall see. And now for the benefits with regards to this whole 40 days of practice. And again, just to preface, I still have to complete today, which will be happening soon. However, what I have noticed, I would have to say, pretty vividly would be the loosening of the glue, as Sadhguru describes. Essentially, karma, as he describes, is really just this baggage that you accumulate. And as he says, imagine your whole body and mind being like this glue, and let's just say tape almost. Everywhere you walk, everywhere you talk, everywhere you do anything, and any action that happens or event, you get stuck to it, or that thing gets stuck to you. And that is why you remember things and you always reminiscent about certain things and you quote unquote suffer because you're attached to these memories, attached to these events, attached to these thoughts. What I've observed beautifully now is that I'll still have a thought, I'll still have a feeling, which as society calls would be, let's just say, negative or whatever it might be. But at the same time, it will be super temporary, and it's just like, almost like your body being soap-like, it just falls right off. And you're not able to reminisce on unconscious things for too long, which is a very conscious thing and a great thing. So that is definitely one of the major benefits I have noticed. And in addition to that, I would have to say sleep quota has definitely gone down. Food has definitely gone down to honestly a solid extent. I used to be hungry all the time, and now not that hungry. Eating more consciously, to say the least. And yeah, even certain times where, let's just say I were to do something unconscious, I'm trying to think of an example, but let's just say, yeah, something small happens, right? I get mad, maybe I yell for a quick second. In the past, I would be attached to that yelling and kind of ponder and think about it and just really just get stuck on that and not get over it. But now I've learned to focus on the now, get detached and loosened up from that glue, from those events, and focus on what matters. So whether that be apologizing, giving a hug, anything that matters, the power of now, as I've learned. So these have been the general benefits I've experienced. Also, another side thing I just wanted to mention and bring up was, in order to get this whole practice going optimally, I've also supplemented it with Isha Kriya, and I do it twice a day as well, usually right around before or after the SHAMBHAVI MAHAMUDRA meditation, as well as every morning I do some Surya Namaskar and Upayoga as well. So these have just been supplements which will help optimize the processes occurring. And really, again, I'm just doing it for the now, not really for the future benefit, because the moment you get stuck on that, apparently it won't work, and that's what I've heard. So might as well not even go in that direction. And also, I used to love eating meat, really did. And what I'll have to say with that is, now with all these conscious paths that have been just taking place in conscious processes, I've started only focusing on seafood as the meat source, and I don't eat any red meat, don't eat chicken, which I used to love in the past. And yeah, this has definitely been a change, and the body is feeling very optimal and functioning. Is it the yogic practices? Is it, I don't know. But honestly, to wrap it all up, and I do appreciate you all watching and listening to this experience, sharing, I will have to say that just the growth in consciousness has definitely occurred. The awareness has definitely developed. I think that is the core of this. The moment you get more aware and more conscious, and development occurs there, you will naturally require less sleep. You will naturally be eating more healthier. Naturally, you'll be feeling healthier and better, or as I would like to say, clearer. That is what happens. It is a very simple yet powerful process. And that is all that I have to share about this experience. And I do want to wrap this up and close it off by just saying that these benefits that I've experienced, I don't want them to be standards or goals that you want. Let it happen naturally. Just focus on the practice, focus on the now, and you shall also achieve the benefits. Thank you so much for watching this. This is completely raw, uncut, unfiltered, no editing. And it's really just to share this experience raw as it has been with nothing else. I wanted to keep it fully transparent with you all, and that's pretty much it. There has been something of concern, which I'll be talking to some Isha instructors about this. That includes, there is a guided meditation app for this. It's the Sadhguru app, and through that they give you guided SHAMBHAVI MAHAMUDRA support. Now, with that support, it's essentially a guided meditation for SHAMBHAVI MAHAMUDRA, which I'm truly grateful for. However, I have to say about 2 to 3 times, there were times where I'd get a call, or even after turning off the Do Not Disturbs and actually turning that on, or even putting the phone on airplane mode, I'll get a call through WhatsApp or some other source, and it has stopped the process in the middle, which I've heard is not recommended. Again, it was unintentional. I didn't have much control over that, so I would go back to the phone during the middle of the practice, turn it all off, delete WhatsApp, for example, which I just did today, and then resume the practice. So I'm not too sure if this will have any effects that are maybe detrimental or just won't be beneficial of the development. But again, I, at this point, will have to overlook it and just continue the practice. And yeah, I think that's all that matters. Continue it, give it your all. Your life deserves this. The world, the universe, which is what you're a part of, life, deserves this. And so by you contributing and working on this piece of life, you will naturally be doing service to the whole universe and all of that life, as you are just an expression of that life. Thank you so much for watching this. I appreciate you taking the time. And if you have any questions about SHAMBHAVI MAHAMUDRA or any of the yogic practices, Sadhguru, comment down below. I would love to answer them all. And if you've made it this far, I truly appreciate you again. I really want to extend that appreciation out to you. And also, if you can hit that subscribe button, I'll be truly grateful. Take this joyfully, make it a great day, and stay conscious.